Okay, so I'm really pleased to say that we are in the process of launching our new Prima Go V2. So the issue for a while is that we've not been able to offer really fast search and obviously inclusive of bringing in really great data. And today you'll see for the first time, how that's going to move forward and what we've already released. And thanks to Jeff at OEX, because that's the first store that we've released and has officially gone live. We're going to show you around some of the features. Now, this webinar is actually not about showing you all the features because it's just a continuation of the store we've already got. But you'll be able to see quite quickly how quality data and speed and all those things, general improvements like that, really bring your store alive and make it much easier for your customers to find the products they want, to see the detail on the product, and to make those buying decisions. And also, it's obviously important that we continue building and improving like we always do incrementally. That's already happened in the first release of this software, but that will continue into the future. So really, I see it as I always say, by bringing in this data, it means that we can effectively have unlimited data. Oops, just minimize that. It's trying to join me into two different meetings. So yeah, so the big pluses are that we can now have unlimited data. So I know today I'm going to focus on the SPR, which is the first launch of our product. But the Prima Go as a platform is built on Elastic. I'm not going to go into technical details. People don't need to know that. But what that means is it's similar to the technology that companies we know like Amazon would use, which means that you can have literally millions, tens of millions of pieces of data, and you can still search and find that data really quickly. Of course, in our industry, SPR and Ascendant use third parties to build real great data sets. So, for example, SPR using Etalise, and it's only when you use their APIs and bring them into the Webstore that you get the full benefits of that data. The downside of that is, and we've all heard this in the industry, the downside of that is that they control your search. However, I'm going to show you that is only true up to a point, and that we can really bring our own products and add them on top of that. And you've also got the option with the way that we've structured this new Prima Go V2 to have multiple stores. So, if you want to have other sites that focused on, say, workwear or other areas, you could do that. And you could literally have one site which was SPR search, and one site which was Ascendant search, and another site which was Prima Go, focusing on maybe Jansan areas. Or you could bring them together in one store using Prima Go, or you can add custom products onto either your primary wholesaler SPR or your primary wholesaler Ascendant. So let's just dive into that a bit, and what does that mean? So we're releasing 3 versions. The first version we've effectively released, but it officially releases on the 1st of December, and that's our Prima Go V2 SPR, incorporating SPR search. It's all the same site, but there is a lot of functionality we have to build in so that the searches function. So the one you're seeing here, YTI and these 2 you're seeing here are both SPR stores. This one I'm logged into. As I said earlier, just letting us use their live site just reflects that nicely. But you can see this is the sort of design that you can do. There's lots of, as everybody knows, the control panel. The control panel has also been updated to bring in all the new features. But you can design the site, lots of clean and lots of new features. The first thing you'll see here is that we've got because of all the options on the menus when you start using third-party searches. We've put the options. This is the SPR search, and on the left, in this particular instance, they've chosen to put the menu on the left, and you can also put your own, like OEX outlet, which is a custom thing which you can add into your menu. So that's a really nice feature, and the great stuff about this, it'll only show you products that you have in your search. So if there's nothing in there, you will not have that appearing on your search. If I just for example, on our other stores, so this one is Ascendant, for example. In here, you'll still see, but this will be the Ascendant search. Again, it can be over on the left and designed in the same way. This is just a dev site, so it's not been beautified like the OEX one. But as you can see, the Ascendant stuff is there, and it's available for us to look at. Yeah. Just getting rid of this at the top. Yeah. Okay, so coming back into SPR, there's a few things I'd like to just. I didn't finish there. So the first release will be 1st of December with SPR, and then 1st of January we're launching the Prima Go store, but with the Ascendant search, and then finally in February we'll have the full Prima Go, which in a way is very similar to your own store, but with much improved speed, performance, being able to list literally millions of items and enrich data, better quality of data. But that we will never quite compete. We'll have a look at that, but it's difficult to compete with the quality of data when you have like SPR, who are just concentrating on, say, 50,000 products, and everything you do around those 50,000 products is managed by Easelize and really good quality data. So the first thing I'll mention is that when you come into these sites and you type in, you've got the predictive search, yeah? So that's something we've incorporated. This is predictive search as we get it from SPR. If you go into a Ascendant store, it'll be the Ascendant predictive search. But we also have done the same thing within our own store, and this will be populated in a similar way. So this is self-learning, so the products you have on and your predictive search will build up, and you'll be able to use that, and within the Prima Go, you'll be able to add information yourself. So within the data and the quality of data that we're talking about, and we can give some examples here. So if I go into something like shredders, yeah. This isn't just on high value items, but you can see straight away, even just popping in to have a look at the data here, you've got a huge amount of information. My internet is a little bit sticky here, but you'll see on a live site really impressive performance and a huge amount of data that you're getting back, particularly because this is coming from SPR and Easelize. And then you're able to use that features and functionality. But the other great benefit is that they are managing your groups and your categories. So we don't have to worry about, they don't have to worry about all of these categories, and this is constantly being managed by SPR. And any products that you add into here, I'll be showing you that in a bit more detail, but they will also be categorized within this same menu structure. So if we go maybe into the detail here, we've been working on improved layout, but again, you've got choices of layouts, but you'll see that from an image point of view, we're making it very clean. You can scan through all the images, all the same size, and all the quality of data that you want there. we've gone for this layout as the default, and you've got, again, because we're using utilized data here, you've got and the SBR are managing a lot of the work on customers also bought, tracking what's happening there, accessories, alternatives. So you can see this additional information, user manuals and stuff like that. It would be very difficult for us to compete with that quality of data, and that would be a reason for using SBR or Ascendant-led searches. Some of the other great features, so if I maybe put into here red pen, and again, this is something managed. So you'll find all the categories, a deeper level of categorization, and the further searches below that. But if I go into a product, you'll see here this is a new feature called variable searching. Well, it's not new, it's a feature that SBR have had available for a while. And in here you see, as I hover over those, I can very quickly find related items in here and swap to the 24 pack, for example. So features like that being managed would be another reason why you may want to use SBR search. And of course, you've still got all the, as you go through that, you've got available all the other information as they've populated that. I'm not sure people need quite this much information on a pen most of the time, but it's there if they need it, yeah. So the other thing we've got is, and this is available across all the stores. We go onto the home page. We've got the ink and toner finder, which is provided by a third party. So here I could just literally put in a particular printer and find it, or I can go through the normal steps of drill down. In this case, there's 3 available, so I could, maybe if it's the wrong one, I could search again, or I could say, oh, yeah, it's the CX model. The usual features there, or I can just come out of that or continue searching somewhere else and have a look at another printer. So again, that's managed again by a third party, but at no cost to yourself. So that's another great feature. So having seen all this, I think everyone hopefully will be impressed with all those features and search, and and obviously you still get the normal features. I don't know whether you need to sign in to see some coupons in here. Yeah, so maybe I could just sign in. Yeah, I did have a login, but it's obviously timed me out. Let's just see.
You can use mine, Steve. Andrea.
Yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know whether we. Oh, there you are. Yeah, we have indeed. It's warning me about the password there. That's just Google. But we can see here that a feature that already exists, but again, within the new store, it's been improved and beautified, if you like, and made much easier to use. So that's our general move and the way that we want to go forward. Great data, much better, faster search, being able to list instead of thousands of products, millions of products. And the one important thing that I know people will read, dealers will really be concerned about is what will happen if I use SBR search or Ascendant search for my custom products. So it's quite interesting that if I do a search on here for, let's say, water, you'll see you've got the predictive search and all the other stuff, but the water will come up here. But at the top of here, the first 3 items here, including this SAM one, are all custom products. Yeah, and the way we can do that is by managing that with Easalize and listing custom products, and we've got a feature to provide those lists to the Easalize search and to bring them to the top. We haven't got total control over them in the way that we have with the standard Prima Go store, in which you can, weight brands and you can weight different products, but we can weight and bring them to the top, as you can see here. If I do say copy paper, a similar thing, hopefully you'll. So again here, first 3 items here are custom, and then you're into the general search, which is again controlled in this case by SPR. Again, you're seeing all the standard features and all the rest of the stuff. So in a Prima store, that would be controlled by weighting and that still exists, and that will carry on, and you'll have all those features, and we'll be improving on those. If I just go into the back office for a moment, I actually improved the description slightly on this, and when you change the description on a custom product, it appears between 30 seconds and a couple of minutes, and you've got those improved descriptions. So you've got one downside is if you create a new custom product, it doesn't appear until the next day, but then if you make changes to it, they'll appear almost straight away. But if I go into the back end here, what we've added to the Prima back end is the ability to have a look per store, because as I said earlier, you could have multiple stores. So this one is an SPR store, but you could have an SPR, Ascendant, Prima Go V2. You could list all those, and you can search on your custom products for those items. So if I search here and I say, well, these are in stock items, but if I just click out of stock or all items, then I can see these items here. And if I look at any, we just saw this item, the SAM item on the water. We just saw that one. And the way that works is we have this new button on the product record now, which is custom products. You can see whether that item's on the internet, but the same features exist. If it's not on the store and it's in the customer's contract, they will still see it on the SPR store, but it's managed in a slightly different way. So you have to click into the custom button and you have to actually add it. We are adding a grid manager to this, which will make it a little bit easier. But you can see in here, as default, it'll get the same SKU. It'll get the manufacturer code, and you can then add in your manufacturer and categories, which are in line with the manufacturers and categories of your store, whether it be if it's a Ascendant store or SB, these lists will be different. You do that and then just save and update, and then that will save. See down here, it will have the notes, and you've got control of the notes and the invoice description. And you've also got, this is a user image, and we can see that image appears on the store. So you've got control over all those things. And shortly, you will also have control over the bullet points. So on custom products, you'll be able to really get your product up there and get it to the top. And you won't be able to have probably quite the same quality of data that SPR and Ascendant can do, but not far off it, and that can work for you. So all the other standard features, banners, they're all constantly being improved and worked on, but all those features are up there. If we log into one of these custom products, you'll see you won't see quite as many tabs along the bottom, but you still get the other features like customers also bought. And interestingly, they do add it into there. So if I type OEX, the custom products, as you search them, do start getting added into the SPR and Ascend, because these are predictive learning search. So for example, in this particular case, it's learning that one, which is paper, is getting searched on a lot, and therefore it's taking it to the main copy of paper that wants to be marketed. So Just a few notes on, and this is, as I say, we're not launching the Prima Go store until 1st of February, but we will have a site or two before that. So please ignore a few issues like that. Slightly the buttons are out of line, for example, and we've not completed this site. But just as an example, just to remind you, yes, we will have the predictive data done in the same way. The menus, again, will be done in a similar way, will be available on the left. But the amount of data and the quality of data will be improved, and the search. So the speed of search and the amount of products you put on here will be dramatically improved. And we are no longer looking, the data will come from our marketplace. So you will have much better descriptions. This is within, so on the current store, you don't have all the information that you will have on this new store that's available through the Prima Go V2. So I think it's worth pointing that out, that you could list 20 different catalogues and very easily and very quickly show all those items, and you'll be able to highlight them, and you can see they're all got their categories. But other than that, the features are very similar. If I just go through. Well, actually, if I look at the cart in here, I'm sure we'll all recognise these features. All been improved on again. We're adding and improving constantly. So you will see some improvements, but it's similar features. Customers can change their default addresses from the store, all the normal features, and credit cards, default cost centers, all those things, departments will all exist. So yeah, that's my overview, and really, I'm very happy to take questions from anybody. I'm sure there's some questions out there about what this will mean for your store moving forward, and so please feel free to ask any questions.